contain.
Come, ye thankful people, come, praise the song of harvest song. All is safely gathered in, ere the winter storms begin. Now our Maker doth provide, for our wants to be supplied. Come, ye thankful people, come, praise the song of harvest song. Happy Thanksgiving from MetLife!
We have the means to unite the country, the world, in seconds.
It's perfect.
Imagine putting that power in everyone's hands.
Japan, Zurich, LA on board?
The network. Everything's in place.
Is the network secure?
Banks should be this secure.
Activate the network.
Introducing MCI Fax, the world's dedicated fax network. Now send documents with the speed, the quality, the power only a dedicated network can provide.
What a beautiful day for a revolution.
With MCI Fax, it's there already.
To turn the ordinary into the extraordinary, you need to know how things should be. Fabergé, what an egg should be. Stradivarius, what a fiddle should be. And Lincoln, what a luxury car should be.
Announcing the Holiday Inn Make the Super Call game. Come to Holiday Inn, get a game card. Now, Super Bowl 18. 4 minutes to go. Raiders face a 4th and goal. You call it. Scratch off the right play, and you win. Thousands of prizes. Even a trip to the Super Bowl. Everybody's getting into it.
Only at America's favorite hotel. For reservations, make the Super Call.
Tommy!
Dad, I'm practicing.
Well, practice eating your breakfast. So, you busy later on? You want to rake a few leaves?
No. Mom, did Kevin call? Ooh, Kevin.
Kevin, only about 4 or 5 times.
I saw him giving Debbie Green a ride yesterday.
Grow up. Cut it out.
He jumps and shoots.
Outside with that.
Bye, Mom.
The new 96-ounce bottle from Minute Maid.
Who's Kevin?
A new way to get a handle on your morning.
Herman Wouk's War and Remembrance will continue in a moment.
An ABC News brief. Now from Washington, Ted Koppel.
Good evening. Hoping to calm jittery financial markets, President-elect Bush today asked Nicholas Brady to remain as Treasury Secretary and lead a fresh assault on the deficit. In the occupied territories, Israel imposed the most extensive military crackdown in 20 years, hours after the Palestine National Council declared an independent Palestinian state there and recognized Israel's right to exist. More on that story tonight on Nightline.
Even as times change, things change. Scientists call it logical evolution, where each new species changes, filling its role in its time. I'm Harlan Ellison, here with the next step in the natural evolution of imported automobiles. A line of sleek, agile, advanced, and affordable imports called the Geo Imports. Starting with the highest mileage, low-price car in America, the Geo Metro, and the sturdy, stable 4x4 Geo Tracker. These two evolutionary vehicles are just part of a full line of logical new imports coming in the near future from Japanese craftsmen to selected Chevrolet dealers. It's only good logic to compare quality, performance, and value when you consider the purchase of any imported car. That's why you should experience the new Geo Imports, available at selected Chevrolet dealers. It's the logical way to go.
Treating drug addiction with a needle tonight on 7 at 11.
Sable is a Mercury, so naturally it's comfortable. Comfortable even in the corners. Comfort and control together in one car. Isn't it time you looked into a Mercury, where comfort and control are one?
Tommy! The
Even when all of Company B heads for the phone, it's no problem for Gail Godfrey.
Delta Airlines, Gail Godfrey.
Y'all fly to Lubbock, Texas?
Yes, that is confirmed.
I got some friends who want to talk to you now. Just hold on a second. Thank you. Cincinnati, Ohio. New York City. Monroe, Louisiana.
Albuquerque, New Mexico.
San Jose, California. Portland, Oregon. Butte, Montana.
You're all set. Thank you for calling, Delta.
Bye-bye.
Hi, Gail. Did you get many calls this afternoon? One.
Delta, we love to fly, and it shows.
A few years ago, I would have had trouble walking up this hill. I smoked, I drank, I was fat, and I hadn't done a lick of exercise in my life. So I started jogging. Who says you can't run away from your problems?
Everywhere you go, you see them. Those human zooms. Back and forth they go, trying to get just the pictures they want. Don't they know Pentax now has an IQ Zoom for everyone? The Pentax IQ Zoom 70 and now the IQ Zoom 60. Both with a motorized zoom lens. So you can get this, and everything in between. Get a Pentax IQ Zoom and get the pictures you want. Let Pentax do the zooming so you can keep on moving.
My brother just did something very smart.
Very smart.
He got this amazing new picture-in-picture TV.
Yep, Magnavox did it again.
Now we could watch 2 shows at once, so we never fight over the TV anymore.
We never fight anymore.
We could watch one show and preview another.
We can even reverse the picture.
How smart of Tom to get a TV this smart?
How smart of him to say how smart I are.
How smart I are?
Him too.
Magnavox. Smart choice. Very smart.
Herman Wouk's War and Remembrance will return in a moment. Tomorrow night, War and Remembrance begins at 8:30, 7:30 Central and Mountain on ABC.
Coming up tonight at 11, a woman the FBI is looking for now across state lines. And an old warning renewed about tainted blood, but not everyone is taking heed. And then meet a woman of courage who refused to give in to death. We'll have her story and how she survived the war. It's all right after the movie at 11 on Channel 7 News Tonight. Join us.
By not using whole milk mozzarella, our competitor cut his cheese cost 50%.
What can we do?
Nothing. We're Round Table. By not making fresh pizza sauce, our competitor cut his labor costs 50%.
What can we cut?
Nothing. We're Round Table. By not using that fancy pepperoni, our competitor cut his topping costs 50%.
We're Round Table. Find something we could do?
I'm cutting our competitor
by 50%. Ouch.
Only a few things land in Los Angeles more often than we do. American Airlines with hourly nonstops every business day.
TV Pitchman tonight on Channel 7 News at 11.
Next to yours, this is the set of gums dentists care about most. In fact, more dentists and their families chew Trident than all other sugarless gums combined. Trident, millions of teeth, can't be wrong. What gum has enough good taste to do a commercial like this? Trident, of course, because when you've got 5 mouth-watering flavors that taste this good, you don't need to make a lot of noise. Trident, millions of teeth can't be wrong.
The '89 Ford Bronco 2, with its new aerodynamic design, fuel-injected V6 engine, and a new, more versatile interior, you can definitely say it's made for the best of times. And with Bronco 2's anti-lock rear brakes and available 4-wheel drive at the touch of a button, you could also say it's made for the worst of times.
See the entire lineup of tough Ford trucks during the Ford Truck Month celebration.
A cheese riddle. Hey, Mom, what do you get when you add melted cheddar cheese to ordinary broccoli? Oohs and ahs. Yes, cheese makes it taste better. So don't forget the cheese. Another cheese riddle. Say, man, what do you get when you add Monterey Jack cheese to plain chili? Happy cowboys. Cheese makes it taste even better, so don't forget the cheese.
You know, there's no need to chase around with your checking account here, CD there, and home loan somewhere else. Round up your financial affairs and settle in at Great Western. You see, the Great Western family has over 100 years of experience and more than $30 billion in assets, so you can feel real safe.
A new adventure and fun is coming this Friday. Hi. There are no babes in the woods.
Pay attention.
They're perfect strangers.
Don't panic. We can do this.
Take a trip up the river with Larry and Balky. Then,
Let's hear for the Caterpillar!
from the top of the charts, the Beach Boys bring their #1 hit to a very special full house.
A night with rock and roll royalty, folks.
And it's all this Friday after Perfect Strangers.
What's that fragrance you're wearing?
Make a statement without saying a word. Once, you lived in sacred temples, worshipped, cherished, adored. Finally, there's a food worthy of your heritage. New Sheba. Morsels of fine meat, especially selected for extraordinary taste. New Sheba. To be served by people who continue to cherish the cat.
If you used to take capsules, the makers of Tylenol have just come up with something better. New extra-strength Tylenol gel caps. They're gelatin-coated, and compared to capsules, gel caps are 33% smaller, with all that extra-strength pain relief concentrated into a solid center under a smooth gelatin coating. So gel caps are actually easier to swallow. If you used to take capsules, try new extra-strength Tylenol gel caps. It's not a capsule, it's better.
Something special's happening 2 weeks from tonight.
Watch closely now. When did you lose your virginity?
Are we going to end up liking each other after this?
ABC presents very special television. The best of the first 50 Barbara Walters specials.
Now, 12 years, 120 guests, and 50 shows later, the biggest laughs, the tenderest moments.
What's that put me on the spot?
Come on. Are you worried about putting on weight? You wouldn't care if you got fat? I am fat. You don't sign autographs.
Well, I'll tell you when I stopped signing them.
I got the magic. I found. Are you bisexual?
Yeah, of course I am.
One of those questions, huh?
Hear Bing Crosby and John Wayne's last interviews.
Women scare the hell out of you?
Yeah. I'm scared to
I go show business, you know, I'm in it.
Stay up and watch the show on the radio.
Don't miss the 50th Barbara Walters special in 2 weeks. And 3 weeks from tonight, it's the kickoff of television's best night of viewing.
The best, none better.
Because there's something happening each and every week, now that Tuesday's all together on ABC. First, 5 years running.
Pretty neat, huh?
And still cooking on all cylinders, it's Who's the Boss?
It's smile time again.
Tony Danza stars in the show.
Don't you look spiffy?
No, I'm going to defrost the refrigerator.
That's never lost a beat and is still #1 in your heart. Who's the Boss? Then she loves her husband.
Give up on romance and get married.
Work for us.
Adores her kids.
Roseanne, you got something for a headache. 3 screaming kids.
She's just got a funny way of showing it.
There's no way we'd embarrass you.
And that's why USA Today called Roseanne the biggest hit of the year.
Well, you're really spoiled, because, you know, you live with me, you're used to perfection.
And on the premiere of Moonlighting, it's scenes you never thought you'd see. See David host a pageant. See David quit his job. And watch as Maddie and David share quality screen time together. It's the season premiere of Moonlighting.
Good going.
Then last season's most talked about show returns.
It glows. It shines. It cleans.
Winner of 4 Emmy Awards, including Best Dramatic Series, Best Writing,
Get an idea.
and Best Supporting Actress, 30-something. Tuesdays all together, 3 weeks from tonight.
Coming up next on Channel 7 News Tonight, they are finished digging, but the investigation in Sacramento is far from over, and the search for the suspect turns south of the border. and how the Safeway meat scandal is expanding. Officials say it is no longer an isolated incident.
And officials are reissuing an old warning about tainted blood, and some are turning to needles as one way to kick a bad habit. And meet a true survivor of the war. This woman remembers and shares her story with all of us tonight. Good evening, I'm Pete Wilson.
And I'm Ana Chavez. Mike Barry brings us the sports. Meteorologist Pete Giddings has tomorrow's weather forecast, all next on Channel 7 News Tonight.
Tomorrow night.
Here we go!
When you come back, and you will, I'll be here.
Go to General Quarters, Commander Grigg. Full submarine alert.
Are you having an affair with my husband?
Dad, don't worry. I'm gonna do all right.
I know you will, son.
Your husband is the most attractive man I've ever met.
Tomorrow night, War and Remembrance continues at 8:30, 7:30 Central. Tonight's presentation brought to you by the trucks that are built Ford tough. See the new '89 Ford trucks now. And Gold MasterCard, the world's #1 gold card.
Another typical day in California. And typically, millions of us will take a few minutes to play scratchers from the lottery. They're fast, they're fun, and who knows, you could be an instant winner. Maybe go all the way to the big spin, where the prizes are anything but typical. Scratchers, another reason life's more fun in California.
New, modern, masculine. Definitely French. Pour Monsieur, the understated fragrance for today's civilized man. Pour Monsieur, it's a new Chanel for men.
Oh, no! Oh, oui.
No one says no to cocoa.
How do I know which coffee to get?
Just look for Juan Valdez.
Right.
Buenos dias.
I just saw Juan Valdez.
Of course. He's on every can of Colombian coffee. When you see him, you know you're getting the richest coffee in the world.
Oh.
If you want 100% Colombian coffee, just look for Juan Valdez. You can't miss him.
You're watching Channel 7 News, #1 in Northern California, with Pete Wilson and Ana Chavez. Pete Giddings has weather, and Mike Barry with sports. Now, Channel 7 News at 11.
She looks like a polite, nice, grandmotherly type. She is, in fact, a 59-year-old ex-con wanted for murder. Good evening. The search for the chief suspect in the boarding house murder case is extending all the way from Sacramento to Mexico tonight. Channel 7's Ron Nasso brings us up to date on the evidence that has been unearthed where Dorotea Montalvo Puente lived.
Armed with a search warrant, the police investigation focused on the house itself where Dorotea Montalvo Puente lived before disappearing this weekend.
I'm not at liberty to talk about any evidence that's found or seized in this house until it becomes public information after the search warrant's returned.
Using a tractor and shovels, investigators also dug around the outside of the property looking for more bodies. But as of now, police are pretty well convinced they will find no more than the remains of 7 victims they've already unearthed from this location. The big task now is to hopefully identify the murder victims, all believed to be boarders who lived here. The job won't be easy. It could take as long as 3 weeks.
We hope to free up the anthropologists from this site to work with our pathologists in our autopsy room, working on the autopsies on the victims.
But what police also want to know is the whereabouts of 59-year-old Dorotea Montalvo Puente. She disappeared after detectives interviewed her following the discovery of the first body, but released her for lack of evidence. The digging at this one particular location may have ended, but police investigators say the murder investigation is far from over. They have now made this a top priority case. In Sacramento, Ron Nasso, Channel 7 News Tonight.
In another development today, a tenant who was arrested over the weekend in connection with the boarding house murders has been released. Police had taken him into custody for questioning, saying they suspected him of being an accessory to the murders, perhaps as a gravedigger. Today, John McCauley was released by Sacramento police.
So the question is tonight, who is this 59-year-old grandmother that police say they believe created a little nightmare on F Street? A former cellmate at the women's facility at Frontera Prison paints some broad and chilling brushstrokes.
She's a very evil woman, and it comes out in everything she says and does. She's evil.
Dorotea Montalvo Puente has an incredible recent past. Time and time again, she's defied authorities. Most recently, she took in elderly boarders, a direct violation of parole. Her record: in 1978, she pleaded guilty to forging treasury checks. In 1982, again guilty, this time for drugging 3 men and stealing their valuables.
She was pulling at least 1 or 2 rings off the fingers of a man who